htj.tax, the international tax firm for 6, 7, and 8-figure investors and entrepreneurs who are living that international life. Are you ready?
Someone's asking about inheritance taxes in Portugal. I like that kind of question because it does show like long-term strategic thinking. I could see that this person is a thinker. Not that other people aren't thinkers, but this person is really thinking longer term. If you're thinking in terms of what is going to, we're all getting older, right? So at some point in time, you think about what is happening to your assets that you built over your working life. Or on the other hand, for those with parents that are getting older, there's your parent situations or friends or siblings or whatever. So you may be conscious that, hey, it's not the most exciting topic, but it needs to be thought about. So in Portugal, like in many jurisdictions, there are kind of inheritance taxes, but they do get particularly complex. At least we had some questions on that, I think a couple of weeks ago, last week or the week before, when we did a live stream on Portugal taxes. And you can find all the previous live streams on htj.tax, or if you could just go to YouTube and look for htj.tax, and you can do a search and it'll pop up. So it was asked quite a few times by some people. So, just that longer term perspective. So it is, to answer your question, it is relatively complex. Yes, it does exist, but it depends. It depends on what the assets are, whether it's Portugal status or worldwide, where you based, obviously, and who's it going to, because there are different rules for if it's going to like a friend as opposed to direct dissidents like kids, or your spouse, your surviving spouse. So there are different rules that would apply. It is something worth sitting with an estate planning team who is experienced and qualified in the jurisdictions in which you do have exposure. For the most part, those jurisdictions that have estate planning or estate taxes, they are just that. So even though nominally they may be termed an inheritance tax, it's actually not a tax on the person who's the beneficiary, who's receiving it, but it's on the estate of the person who's passed away. I think one of the notable exceptions, at least in the developed world, would be Ireland, where there is a genuine, I believe, inheritance tax. And again, we do live streams on Irish tax as well with Damian. So again, you can have a look at htj.tax for that. But so Ireland aside, so I'm thinking about the UK, I'm thinking about Europe, obviously North America, you're looking at taxes on the estate. So whoever the executor, the administrator of your estate, or the estate in question, that will be part of their responsibilities for filing tax returns and making sure that everything is settled before it goes on to whoever the beneficiaries are. In addition to which, for those who are thinking strategically, which as I say is a good thing. In the last couple of years, there's been an OECD report on wealth and inequality. And yeah, so basically there seems to be consensus among the OECD nations. So these are basically a grouping of the wealthy countries. And they are really conscious of the fact that, hey, income inequality is growing, and they're looking at so-called inheritance taxes as well as wealth taxes as a way to address it. So from a policy position, using it as a way to address this metric. Yeah, we have judgments as to whether that's a good thing or bad thing, whether it's double tax or triple tax or whatever the case may be. But hey, it is what it is. So it is a reality and something that you need to factor into your file planning. So I think it's Warren Buffett who says something to the effect that you should leave your kids with enough so that they can do anything, but never leave them enough so that they can do nothing. So I think that is really informing some of the thinking there. So again, something to think about in your file planning as you choose the right team to help you work through that.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.